Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's move on to the next video in this lecture series on C# programming. So let's begin. If you haven't watched, please I would recommend you to watch the first two lectures because I'll obviously be continuing after those lectures. Now we move on to variables. A variable in C# is a named storage location that holds a value of a particular data type. When you declare a variable in C#, you specify the variable's name, its data type, and optionally its initial value. Here's an example. Int age is equal to 30. In this example, we have declared a variable named age of type integer and we have initialized it with the value 30. The variable age is now a storage location that can hold integer values and it has initialized with the value 30. You can declare a variable in C# with the following syntax. Data type variable name equal to initial value. Here data type is the type of variable data that the variable will hold. Variable name is the name of the variable and initial value is optional initial value for the variable. You can also declare multiple values in data type in single statement like this. Int x equals to 1, y equal to 2, z equals to 0. This example, we have declared three variables of type integer named x, y, and z, and we have initialized them with the values 1, 2, and 3 respectively. Characteristics. What are the characteristics of these variables? Well, there are certain characteristics you must have keep in mind while discussing variables. The first is the scope. The scope of a variable determines whether it can be accessed in your program. It has three types of scopes basically in C# for variables. You have local, you have class, and global. Local means within any function. Class scope means within any class. That's not a regular class. Basically, we're talking about objects in class, which is object-oriented programming, which we'll be discussing for the lectures. And global, which means can be accessed by every single function. These are the basically types of scope which you can assign a variable to. Next, you've got the lifetime. The lifetime of a variable determines how long it exists in memory. You can have automatic, static, or dynamic lifetime. Don't you worry, we'll not go into details about what all of this stuff are. Just remember this stuff, just know what this is all about, have a basic understanding, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Next, we've got accessibility. Where the accessibility of a variable determines whether it can be accessed from outside the class or assembled. Again, like I mentioned, the scope which you have, accessibility is kind of a type of scope, and yeah, that's it. Mutability is determined whether its value can be changed after some data is mutable such as error, others are immutable such as chunk. Mutable means that can be mutually changed or altered after initialization. Example of a mutable data variable is array. Well, an example of immutable is a string. Alright, that's it for today. I know it was a short lecture, but just go through all this stuff. I'll go forward through all of this again. Just know that what a variable is, basically trying to store a location in it. Remember the syntax. You first need to define the data type. For example, integer is a data type. Then you need to define the variable name, which is going to be x, y, z, a, b, c, age, whatever. And you're going to write an equal to sign, which is very important. Some people think that we do not need to write an equal sign, but it's mandatory. Equal sign is very important. And then you've got the initial value. That could be anything. Just try to make sure if you're declaring something as integer, don't input a string. Likewise, if you're declaring something as string, don't input an integer. You understand what I'm saying, right? Make sure you input the initial value, which is of the same data type that you declare at the beginning of the variable. And remember all this formatting, and remember the scope, the different types of scope which you can have from which you can access variables from, the lifetime and everything. Don't you need to worry about anything right now. Just understand what I'm trying to say. Have a basic understanding, and yeah, don't you worry. In the future lecture, we'll go into further more details. I'll show you more codes, and I'll even show you further details about, like I mentioned, object-oriented programming. We'll go deep into this kind of stuff, and we'll go into further of these data types, which are arrays and strings. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.